First of all, let me start from the end of your question. I have got quite a different concept how to stabilize the situation in Ukraine after the end of the war. I look at all the signals, I listen to all the proposals which are being made. I think that if there is a deal, mineral deal, which is achieved between the United States of America and Ukraine, then please be aware that Ukraine will become a strategic place for the United States. And I want to highlight it very strongly. It will be a strategic place for the United States due to minerals which will be extracted for the United States in Ukraine. I'm speaking about natural resources. And also, perhaps, there will be some kind of production established in terms of aluminium or other kinds of metals, or perhaps processing of other elements that could be done together between Ukraine and the U.S. So these are going to be strategic U.S. interests, and I'm convinced that the U.S. will guard its strategic interests in many different ways. They don't always have to send directly their forces. They can do it through politics, which is tough enough that they know, everybody will know, the reaction would be immediate if any kind of interest was infringed. So this is number one. So we could discuss whether some kind of NATO or European forces, peacekeeping forces would be necessary. Some projects talk about it. I'm saying it's not absolutely necessary. We may see a situation where on this demarcation line, when there will be a border between Russia and a sovereign and independent free Ukraine, perhaps along this line, we will need some forces, some peacekeeping, some observation forces, monitoring forces. But I would not exclude that both parties would agree to have UN forces. Because let us remember, I think that Russia should agree to that. This is my conviction. And here different countries, various countries could deploy their contingents as part of the peacekeeping forces. Russia is a member of the UN Security Council, so I don't think that it would not approve of such a solution. Speaking about searching for real solutions which could be approved and which could work in practice. And point number 3, it's a matter of the reconstruction of Ukraine. All of us will need to help in this project. We will also need to protect Ukraine, to ensure security and order for the time of the rebuilding. We should also help Ukraine to restore its country, rebuild it, in the broad meaning, for example, in demining, in removing the unexploded materials and other things. Unfortunately, there are many of such unexploded ordnance or other materials in Ukraine. And in this case, European forces, but I'm speaking more about police forces composed of engineers, of police contingents, could be looking for peace and order. Perhaps that could be a better solution, more apt solution, and a softer solution in terms of relations in this for this particular solution. And we talked about it with Secretary General. This could be the path. Anyway, I think that this should be discussed by us in terms of Polish assistance for Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, we keep helping Ukraine all the time. We are helping Ukraine 24/7. I would even dare say that through making our land available, through making our resources available for Ukraine, we help Ukraine 24/7. We have been doing so since the start of this aggression.